Ryan, huge congratulations on the appointment. This is terribly exciting for us here in Scotland. How does it feel for you?
It's thrilling, actually. I mean, I suppose I've had a slightly strange conducting career in that because I've been composing alongside, always, I've been focused on guest conducting, for so many years of my career. And there comes a point when that doesn't quite do it anymore, and you long for a home where you can actually do things and feel you can make things happen. And I'm just thrilled and feel extremely lucky that this is going to be my home.
People talk about the special chemistry that can develop between a particular orchestra and a particular conductor. Now, I know that the players here in Glasgow felt that, so how was it for you?
It was wonderful. We had a few projects last year, some smaller scale projects, and some Mozart and Mendelssohn, which was lovely to do. Of course, that repertoire works so beautifully in city halls. And then we went up the road to the Royal Concert Hall for an Elgar one, which was very special. That was I believe it was the orchestra's first occasion back with an audience after such a long time, and that piece is so special to me. We just had a really good time. I shan't forget it in a hurry.
Yeah, because you were getting to know the orchestra in quite a strange context. It was lockdown, it was a pandemic, the players were distanced from each other, and a lot of the projects that you did with them didn't have an audience. So do you feel there's still a lot of getting to know both the audience and the players in a kind of more normal context?
Of course, yeah. And that's an exciting thing. I'm coming here, I know I will learn so much from the orchestra, and we'll develop together. I mean, it's been, I suppose, a fairly long relationship in that I first came here many, many years ago. And we've done things fairly regularly together, but it's exciting that a lot is sort of unknown. The orchestra is an incredibly versatile one. I mean, it's a world-class orchestra, we know that, but I can't think of many orchestras that are comfortable in so many areas of the repertoire, and that's very exciting for me.
Yeah, tell us more about that, the particular character that you think of this orchestra. What's your impression of the sound that it makes, and also, as you say, that appetite for that huge range of repertoire?
Well, they play with character and colour, first and foremost, with everything, with all the repertoire. It's very unusual to come across a symphony orchestra, particularly a radio symphony orchestra, that is so comfortable playing classical repertoire. And that's wonderful, because that's a sort of foundation for everything.
We should also talk about modern repertoire, because I think I'm right in saying that you came into conducting because you were setting up your own ensembles to play 20th century repertoire, new music as well.
Yes.
And it's such a big part of what the orchestra here does. I don't think I know any orchestra that is willing to take on such extraordinary experimental projects. The players are so gung-ho, so you must be really excited to get into that.
I am. I'm particularly excited when I think about the opportunities of bringing composers who I feel close to Glasgow and enabling them to develop what I hope will be long-term relationships, because that doesn't happen often enough, I don't think. I mean, the BBC commissions so much, and that's wonderful. Of course it's wonderful. But I want the orchestra to feel like they're actually getting to know the music of these composers. And my ideal has always been, whenever I thought about having a position with an orchestra, my dream is always to create a kind of family of composers, people who feel comfortable working here, who get to know the orchestra, get to know the players, because for me as a composer, that's always what's been most exciting.
Does some of that also come from playing with these musicians? Because we should also mention that you are a pianist as well as a composer and a conductor, and we're going to hear you at the keyboard pretty soon.
Yes, in May I'm coming to play direct a Mozart concerto, an early Mozart concerto.
Right. So what does that do for your relationship with the players? The fact that you're sitting amongst them and you're not always standing on the podium. You're one of them.
It's wonderful. I enjoy it very much because it just gives you a completely different angle, a completely different relationship immediately, because it's chamber music, and early Mozart in particular really is chamber music. It's a completely open process. I'm simply listening like mad and hoping that everyone else is drawn into the same kind of listening. But it's a wonderful form of music making. I don't play enough chamber music. I wish I had time to play more, and this is where I get my fix.
So will we see? I know we're not supposed to be giving too much away here, but we'll be seeing a bit more of that, will we?
I hope so, yeah.
Okay.
I very much hope so.
There's so much that I'm not allowed to ask that I would like to ask. This is very tantalising, but we're going to have to wait until next season is announced before we can have those kind of discussions. But in the meantime, again, Ryan, it's so brilliant to have you here, and we're thrilled that your ideas will come to fruition. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.